So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the LYS Triple Fix Brightening Concealer. I bought the shade DG3 from the brand. I was really excited when I saw this concealer coming out, and I actually ended up getting the foundation as well. If y'all remember in the beginning, I was like, I didn't want the foundation because it was a serum foundation, and I'm not really big on those. But I was like, we can go ahead and try it out since I'm buying the concealer, because y'all know I like to see how both products work together. So the concealer retails for $18 and the foundation retails for $22, so it wasn't too expensive because I think both of these things cost me like 40 bucks. So let's read what the concealer says. It says, a luxuriously rich, ultra creamy concealer that helps visibly brighten, conceal, and nourish the complexion with a skin-like finish. The coverage is full, the finish is natural, and the formulation is liquid. It has turmeric, which provides antioxidant protection, brightens, and helps even and soothe skin, and hyaluronic acid that hydrates. And it has Indian ginseng. It acts as a powerful herb to help combat skin stress and visible signs of aging. Like the sounds of that. What else do you need to know? This flexible concealer satisfies the craving for coverage while adding a healthy natural finish to the skin. It's designed to build and layer without settling into fine lines and pores. It is self-setting and designed with both the face and under eye area in mind. And if you all did not know, LYS Beauty is a black-owned clean beauty brand. So let's read about this foundation. So this is the Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I know I'm late to the game in this one. I bought this in the shade DG7 because I figured I could use it as like a summer foundation as well, and mix it in with some of my matte foundation so I can have more like skin-like finish. So this is a medium coverage natural finish liquid foundation. It has the same ingredients that the concealer has in it that I just read off. And it says this formulation will satisfy your skincare and foundation fix at the same time. Formulating with Indian ginseng, hyaluronic acid, and turmeric, this customizable clean foundation reduces the look of dark spots, pores, imperfections, and fine lines while highlighting your skin's natural radiance. It's also fragrance and silicone free. This product is an Allure Best of Beauty award winner. So how about that? Okay, sister girl, I see you, because this is a black owned clean beauty brand that's inside Sephora, so bravo to sister girl. So let's get on out and let's close you on up here. And as you can see, the lines are real today because yeah, I'm tired. And lately I feel like the lines been showing up. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's nice and frosted. You're gonna see how it actually looks on my hand. And let me take the concealer out too. So this is what the concealer looks like. It's plastic packaging, but you know, it looks nice. That's what they look like. So let's start putting on this foundation and concealer, because girl, it's like 4 or 7 in the morning and I still need to go home. If you're curious what's on my eyes, you will see this video before you see the video we're filming now. It gives you a nice generous pump for one pump, okay? And the primer I have on my face is the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. I like to use that a lot. I think they're getting rid of that primer though. I'm not sure, because they came out with a new brightening one. So I don't know if that means they're getting rid of that one, because that's one of my favorites. And if they are, I need to be grabbing another one, even though I have plenty of primers and don't really need it. Oh, by the way, this is the Adept Cosmetics palette, because I stopped in the middle of that to talk about what primer we have. But yeah, this is the Adept Cosmetics Plain Jane Remastered. So I'm trying to make this my Valentine's Day video. Oh, it's kind of thick. I didn't realize this foundation was thick, because again, I expect it to be like a thin, watery-like consistency because it's a serum foundation. Kind of like the, what is it, the Lip Bar one? Or the I think it's LB Cosmetics now? Or TLB Cosmetics? I believe that's what it's called. And a little of that went a long way, okay? I literally rubbed it like all my entire face. So let's go ahead and get my sponge. But yeah, y'all, so I'm excited about a few palettes coming out. So I want to get the Alien Cosmetics palette. Y'all know I'm getting that. I'm going to sleep over one. And of course I got to get Angie's palette, because I live for an open eye palette. And I love the color source that Angie comes up with. And then I got to get the one from Glamour to try out too. So I'm just over like, okay, I need all of them. Oh, but y'all, I put on 2 different palettes. So I don't know if you all can tell. I have 2 different Adept Cosmetics palettes on. I have the original Plain Jane palette, and then I have the remastered on one eye. So comment down below which eye you think is which, just because I'm curious and you can guess. Because obviously I know, but I want to know how well you know your Mented Cosmetics. I did get the new palette as well, even though I'm probably not going to do a video on it. You'll just see a random Instagram post on it. But I did get that palette as well. That's because I want to round out my collection. Okay, so it's doing a decent job. I can still see like dark spots over here and over here, but we're not really supposed to be reviewing this, so I'm gonna just go off camera, put my second coat on, and then we're gonna get to the concealer, which you came before. Okay, so on to the concealer. So with the concealer, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a brush on one side, and then I'll use a sponge on the other side, and we can see how the coverage goes. Cause I know everybody gonna use it. Oh, I'm loving the color of this. I picked a really good color. I really like this color. I'm wondering if this one I can leave sitting for a little while, if I have to like do it quick. Because lately I noticed people have been like having you use the concealer really quick and you have to blend it out really quickly. I don't necessarily prefer concealers like that because I'm like, you know, I'm used to letting it sit for a little bit. But since this is self-setting, I'm feeling like I might need to like rush with it. So we're gonna rush down the middle of the face while I'm highlighting real quick so that way we can get that one done. And then we'll see about underneath the eye and the brush and the sponge situation, okay? So, and since it's self-setting, I feel like it'll make it harder to blend. So it's important for me to find out now if it's one of those where you gotta blend it out quickly or if you got a little bit of time to work with it. Because that'll help me determine how I feel about it in some retrospect. So we're gonna do this side with the sponge. I mean sponge, use a brush, clearly. You see I'm doing it with a brush. Girl, it's almost 5 in the morning, okay, I'm tired. I wish they had brought it before 5 at night so that way I could have did this at home. Okay, so I blended it out. And that's what we're looking like. The under eye does look very nice and bright. I'm just sponging over it lightly. Try to like blend the rest of the coverage in, but we just gonna completely sponge this one and see how this goes. Cause I know everybody that like to use sponge, everybody like to use brush. So I figure if I do one on each side, people have a better idea of what their preference is. I prefer a brush and then a sponge on top because I feel like it just blends it out a little smoother, but that's what we're looking like. I feel like you don't really see a difference in the coverage when it comes to the brush versus the sponge, but you can let me know down below if you see a difference. I feel like they look the same. So we're gonna go on to my second layer of concealer that we know I love to do. I will not be putting on cream bronzer today though, so it shouldn't sit as long because it doesn't have to worry about cream bronzer. I'm mainly concerned to see how the coverage is gonna be on the cheeks because I think it's just something about blurring pores. So I'm like, I need to see this in action since the pores are always gonna be in the cheek area where you're trying to get some brightness as well. I just gotta remember I gotta use the brush on this side and not try to use the brush on both sides and then sponge over it. Even if I do by accident, it's not like I didn't give you initial coverage to see how it looks blended with a brush versus into the sponge. Okay, so I'm feeling like this won't build to full coverage, this foundation, just based on the fact that I put on 2 layers and it's staying pretty well at a medium. It might be like it's like a medium coverage and it's staying there. It's not going any high because I can still see those same dark spots and everything when I did put it on. Random side note because we know that's not what we came here for. But yeah, so let's get the blending out with the brush. Okay, y'all, so I'm hoping the concealer didn't start drying too bad. I had to erase some stuff off the card because since I didn't bring my computer with me, I had to erase it off the card on the actual camera. I had to look through all of them to figure out what needed to be erased and what didn't. And remember, this is self-setting, so I'm hoping we haven't let it sit here too long and you know I can't do anything with it now because that obviously is going to take a couple of minutes. And I'm feeling like I can still move it, it's just not as easy to move. So that told us that we can't just let it sit here. Like with the other side, I already blended it out, so that shouldn't be too bad. Let's see how this side is, why I didn't like try to blend it at all because we didn't see me on camera blending. Okay, so it's still blendable. It's not, like I said, it's easy to blend, but you can still blend. It's not like the Jacqueline one where it like sits with the wrap and then like you're just fucked. It's not like that at all. So I'm happy about that because honey, I was concerned. And I'm loving the brightness underneath the eyes and on the cheeks. I do feel like it's moving out the pores on the side I used to brush on weirdly enough, but I feel like the side I used to sponge on, I still see pores. So Maybe because I let it sit too long and we did the brush side immediately for the most part. So I'm liking it better with a brush when it comes to like pores or like the minimizing pores. I feel like that side looks better. Now let's get into their setting powder. So I'm going to use the shade Medium Tan Ambition. That's just the yellowest shade. I have my little brush from Mented Cosmetics here waiting for us to put that underneath the eyes to set all the face. I don't have any the luminous silk powder here, or else I would put that where I highlighted my face. So we're just going to lightly brush it underneath here. Now I'll use a brush on this side, so I use a brush on the other side, and then we use a sponge. I have like the velvet sponge. Y'all know I like to use with all my setting powders from ColourPop, so I'll just use that. I guess I'll just go down the face with the brush as well, because I feel like it'll be easier than trying to get a sponge down here, because since the brush is more near, I want it to be easier that way. So as you can see, it's giving nice brightness when you add their powder to it, so I would encourage you to maybe use their powder or use like a nice yellow powder to add to the brightness of it if you're going to get the color I got. But yeah, I'm really liking the way this looks on application, girl, okay? I'm not as impressed with the foundation as I am with the concealer so far, but again, since it isn't really about the foundation, I'm not trying to touch too much on it, but since, you know, I was getting the concealer, I wanted to see how the foundation worked as well, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. But okay, now let's get our velvet sponge, my ColourPop velvet sponge here, and we're gonna go into her setting powder. Now, if I remember correctly, I didn't like using the sponge with it because I feel like it went into the creases of my under eye. I feel like I said that when I got the bronzer and reviewed that, but I didn't review the foundation, so I don't know why I keep saying that. Like, y'all clearly see me reviewing it now. But yeah, so I feel like I'm getting more brightness when I use the sponge underneath the eye, so I'm gonna add the sponge on this part here to see if I can get a little bit more brightness now. Because I feel like the sponge is picked up more powder than the brush here, and that's why I got more brightness underneath the sponge eye than the brush eye. So I'm liking the way that's looking. And this is what we're looking like. So I'm going to use their bronzer and highlighter, but I need to set the rest of my face first. So I have the Kosas powder here. Y'all know my cloud set powder, because I have to do their video as well, so I figured I'd bring it over here now. That was when I thought I was gonna get here in time. The Sephora by my grandmother's house unfortunately does not have it in store, so I couldn't go pick it up today like I had planned on when it launched, to go ahead and, you know, do the video today, because I planned to do this LYS today and then go pick up the Kosas one and then do that one tomorrow. I'm hoping I can at least go pick up the Patrick Cobb blushes and then like do those at least. Okay, so this only thing about this powder is it darkens my foundation because it oxidizes, so that is gonna kind of suck for the foundation, but you know, it's fine. But if you can see around my mouth right here, like as soon as I put that powder on, you notice how my face got darker. I usually use this in the summertime though, because since it oxidizes foundations when I want to wear my winter shade in the summertime, it works for me for that reason. But right now we're looking a little bit crazy, but it's okay. The warmth on my face and everything will be fine. So y'all know I have to spray my face to smooth all my powder in. This is just the e.l.f. Blue Light one. I think it's called Blue Light. Don't quote me. I'm gonna go ahead and sponge it in so it'll warm up to our face a little bit, hopefully. And by the time I get home, hopefully I have like a more lived-in looking face, and then that way I can, you know, take some cute selfies there as well, because I try to do them in different lighting sometimes. Okay, so now let's get into our bronzer. I am going to use the Nabla blush off camera, the shimmery blush, because I'm trying to stick to all clean beauty stuff in this video. So I'm gonna take their bronzer shade in. I have the shade Strength. It's just dark. There you go. This is one of the bronzers I actually reached for quite a bit. Like, I try to rotate my bronzers though, but for a while I was just using this one, and then for a while I just used the Dior one. So I'm trying to rotate all of them healthfully though, instead of just, you know, using one or two of the same bronzers all the time, because like, I actually have quite a few bronzers now, which I'm happy about everybody making bronzers for brown girls and realizing that, you know, we wear bronzer like everyone else does. But, you know, Like, because I have acquired everybody's, because I was happy they did it. Now it's like I need to actually rotate through them instead of just, you know, using the different ones. I actually had on the Gucci one earlier today. In the video, you're gonna see what this eye look. But y'all know I use on like a red tone bronzer, but I went ahead and used it. It actually turned out pretty nice with the eye look I did, because it was like a warm tone eye look. So it worked in that retrospect, but otherwise, as general, I don't feel like it does. Okay, so let's put on my rose gold highlighter. And if you can't tell, I've made a nice little dent in this highlighter because it's like one of my favorites. Like, look at that nice little dent in that highlighter. I live for rose gold highlighter, and I feel like it's hard to find a rose gold highlighter that looks good on people my skin tone. So I was really happy with this brand making one, and I just had to have this color. And I feel like it's just gonna be the perfect thing to top this look. I mean, look at how gorgeous this looks with me just putting it on, girl. I want to showcase all my LYS beauty things. Unfortunately, I did not buy any of the cream blushes just because I don't really use cream blushes that often. And when I do have a tendency to reach for my Fenty ones, or just use the ones that come with the Patrick Ta blushes. So I didn't buy those. I hear they're really good though. So I mean, if you want to try them out, I definitely think you should. And it's not like they're going to be an outrageously priced thing. So if you don't end up liking it, you didn't spend an arm and a leg on it. It's just because I have oily skin. I try to be realistic about, you know, cream bronzer situation. I mean, cream situation, just because I'm like, you know, I'm still gonna have to set it with something else. And why set it with something else when I can just, you know, use a all matte product. But I will use it from time to time, so I'm not saying I don't use them, and I might try to pick some up during the sale if I see a color I like. But y'all, I'm just looking for this highlighter. That's why I just keep sitting here rubbing it on my face. It's like, y'all see, I clearly put on enough, but you know, did I really put on enough? Because this highlighter is just amazing. Yeah, so this is my finished face. So now, I'm going to put on a red lip. So I'm gonna have on the Alien Cosmetics lip gloss and candy cane from the Smells Like Holiday Teen. So it Smells Like Holiday Teen Spirit, I believe is what it's called. So I'm gonna do that in my Wet n Wild red carpet lip liner on. So I will check in with you all later on tonight. I probably won't have on the same eye look though, because I plan on doing a different eye look with the Plain Jane palette and the Blend Bunnies Blends palette for my mattes. So I'll see y'all tonight, girl. Okay. So I've returned to one of my classic favorite eye looks. Y'all know I love a blue, green, and purple moment, and that's what we did. I used the Blend Bunny Blends palette to, Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette to get the mattes, of course. And then I used the Adept Cosmetics Remastered Plain Jane palette, or Plain Jane Remastered palette for the shimmers, because I told y'all I would do another look with it. Because y'all saw the look in the beginning, had the palette on, so I wanted to give y'all the second one that was true to me. Not that the first one wasn't true to me, it was just more Valentine-esque. And I was trying to give y'all like a typical everyday eye look for me, which is, well, this. Anyway, let's focus on what we got going on, which is the face. I did not look at my face in the mirror as usual. I literally just grabbed a lip gloss and rubbed it all over my lips to cover up the fact that I had ate my lipstick off, and I think it turned out nice. So let's see how my face actually looks with this concealer. So okay, I'm not mad at it. I think it held up quite well. I think the pores do look pretty smooth out and nice. Now I didn't use the same setting powder today as I used yesterday, because yesterday I used the Kosas powder when I filmed the try-on portion, but when I wore it today, I used the Charlotte Tilbury, I'm sorry, I have to say it like, what is it, Teresa's did, Charlotte Tilbury. I used the Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade, I believe it's Deep. That's the she has 4 of them now, and Deep is the darkest one, so that's when I used on my face. And then I used the LYS powder on my eyes. So everything else I used the same, except I did cream bronzer today. So I used the Westman Atelier little travel size one you all saw the video on for holidays, and then I put the Rare Beauty one on top of that because I find I like that better. But I still have on the LYS bronzer, I still have on the LYS powder underneath the eyes. I just use a sponge today instead of like a brush on this side and then the sponge on this side. So those are only 2 real differences. Otherwise everything else is the same. So I'm zooming y'all, let me zoom y'all in all the way up, and I think my face looks amazing. And I'm very impressed with the foundation. I didn't think I was gonna be, because when I washed it off last night after I did the intro, it washed off like I had on like a moisturizing skincare product that I was cleaning off my face like a moisturizing cleanser. As weird as it is, when you wash this foundation, that's what it felt like. Or maybe it's just the double cleanse I used that did that, but that's how it felt when I took it off. Like, it didn't feel like I was taking off thick, gunky foundation. And this is a good medium coverage foundation. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry I slept on your foundation, ma'am. I won't let it happen again. I'm sorry. I'll take my L and I'll go now. But yeah, I'm really here for this concealer. If you all forgot, I wear the shade DG3 in the concealer, and it's absolutely amazing. I will definitely be using this. I love this a million times more than I like the Good Apple one. I know Glam Girl Chelsea likes the Good Apple one, but I don't know, something about that one. I don't know if it's the shades I keep finding that I don't necessarily like for some of my skin tone, because y'all remember Glam Girl Chelsea's lighter than I am, so maybe that's what my gripe is. But I feel like I found the perfect shade in this concealer, and I feel like it looks amazing and brightening underneath the eye. And even though I had to let it sit for a little while, it lasted well. That might be another reason I like it over the Good Apple one, because I feel like you couldn't let it sit that long. Now I know a lot of people talking about you're not supposed to let it sit for 5 minutes, all that. I don't let it sit for 5 minutes. I let it sit for like maybe 2. I need time to blend out my cream bronzer, and that's how long I let it sit on my face till I blend out the cream bronzer, and then you've seen the videos, then I'll blend it out then. So that's not 5 minutes. There's a timer, but it's not 5 minutes. You tried it though. Anyway, so I am in love with this, and I will definitely be looking out for what else LYS Beauty comes out with next, because I'm here for this. She's doing it for the culture, for the girls. And I am accepting it I'm nose wide open, like, what you coming out with next. Can I get some powder bronzer to match the cream one, so I can do a Patrick Tar moment where, you know, I put the cream one on and I put the powder on top? Can we do that? Can I have more, you know, highlighter shades? Not that I need any more, because she made 3 shades of highlighters that typically people my skin tone wear. So she has the rose gold one, which is the one I have on right now. I know it has gone away on a good majority of my face. And then she has like a bronzy one, which I might buy during the Sephora sale, even though I don't need it, but it's pretty and I want it. And then I think she just has a classic champagne gold one, if I remember correctly, or it's like a gold. I know it's a gold one. So she has a whole bunch of shades that I would use, but since I have so many highlighters, I'm trying to like calm down and not do that. But the point is, go get the concealer. I did all that rambling about how wonderful the products were to bring us back to where we actually supposed to be. Go get the concealer or get the foundation. And the fact that you can get both these for like 40 bucks to me is amazing. I wear the shade DG7 in the foundation if anyone's curious, because I know I said the concealer shade again, so I figured I shade the foundation shade again too. But I am really impressed overall with all of this stuff. And I definitely think you will enjoy it and like to try it out. When you see the thumbnail picture, girl, yeah, you'll want to try it. Just that alone, because when I saw it myself last night, when I took it, I was like, oh, hi. What's your name? Like, I was all here for it. So I really like it, if you can't tell. And so far, it's ranking at the top of all the concealers I had to try when we do this month's complexion corner in February. I don't know how many more concealers come out, but it is reigning supreme over everybody's concealer that I have tried so far this year. And I know we're only 2 months into the year, but the fact that I've tried like 4 concealers and this is reigning supreme, I feel like that just says it all. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.